Defund the police. You hear a lot of it from the old guard, the Democratic Party, and the new guard, which is arising within inside the Democratic Party, which is the Socialist, who writes communist laws. While politicians are telling their base and social media and everything else about, well, we need to defund law enforcement, we need to defund law enforcement, we need to reduce our military, we need to defund law enforcement. You hear this over and over and over again. Meanwhile, like Mandami and other Democratic-controlled states, or sanctuary states, or whatever, are allowing gangs to flourish, expand, without any repercussions whatsoever. Dangerous as it may seem. So what's the answer to all this? What I found out was kind of shocking. The old guard is kind of caught up between the rock and a hard place. They haven't really understood that they created a monster that they cannot control now. They created this mess. Now they know which way to go. As socialism becomes more and more relevant and picks up more power, they are not only the ones that are being a threat, but so are we, the American people. Because when we're constantly being bombarded with all this nonsense, defunding the police, and we hate Trump, and we hate this, and we hate America, we hate the Constitution, we hate the whole 9 yards, this constant nonsense of defunding the police becomes more relevant now. I just said this, right? So what's the replacement? My conversation with one was interesting. Very interesting. What would you think? What would you think of a nationalized police force? I kid you not. I'm not making this up. A national police force. One uniform, one set of laws, voted in by all 50-some states, their governors, and put in place. No more local sheriffs, local police forces, county officers, human police officers, they're there, and state troopers. You have a federalized law enforcement, one uniform, one set of rules, that only answers to and including the Socialist political party. Funded by the government. Not the states, not the government, by the federal government itself. It is an answer to what they're saying would end a lot of problems in our country today. In order to do that, though, you have to remove the Constitution. In order to also weaken or remove much of the power of the Supreme Court, which will answer to the political party under its decisions now, under the new Constitution. Can't make this stuff up. The problems are, as removed to me, is the old Constitution. It doesn't work anymore. Which is bullshit because they just don't want to follow it. If there's already a set of rules and set of laws that you don't obey, and you're going to violate the law to get your way, to have a new constitution, a nationalized police force, limit the powers of the Supreme Court, not pack it, but remove most of its power, and put all the power on the political government or socialist government. It's a big threat. A very, very big threat. How will it be funded? Through them. Where would the training come from? That's the question, isn't it? A lot of your military will be transferred to the National Police Department, or law enforcement, how you want to call it, a federalized law enforcement agency funded by the socialist government, which writes communist laws. So a lot of people think, well, there's communism and socialism. No, sorry, it doesn't work that way. The government is socialist. They write the communist laws. That's why there's communists. But they're actually a socialist political party. So here we're balancing this nest back and forth. So regardless of whatever state you go to, wherever town you go to, wherever county you go to, there's only one set of standard laws. You violate that law, you're in trouble. This is dangerous. But this is their answer. Instead of sitting there coming up with it and say, well, not just defund law enforcement, but make one type of law enforcement to meet what they call today's needs. What are today's needs? We already have laws you just don't obey. We have constitutional rights you don't even agree to. But this is your answer. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't make this stuff up. Get this. You will not be able to reside in the town you were born in. You would have to work to other states, so you'd be rotating around constantly. That could be a problem. No more sheriffs, no more court officers. No, they'll be removed by federal law enforcement. No more city, town police officers. They'll be replaced by federal law enforcement officers. One type of training, one set of firearms. That's it. County officers, state troopers will all be replaced. Does this not make you think twice about November? Does this not make you think about 2028? As they're gradually trying to destroy this Constitution through their political rhetoric, and their, I guess you say, their sponsors, their mega rich people, which AOC, Bernie Sanders, and all the rest of them, and Mandami and whatever, all sit there and complain about, are funding these people so they can spin their rhetoric and their lies. This is hypocrite. You're going to go after the rich people who are funding you. You want to put your own law enforcement in there that you can control. But we're going to defend law enforcement. So while the political party turns around and tells these people don't obey law enforcement, so they attack them, they beat them up, severely injure them to help their political party. But if they have a federal law enforcement agency, we're not talking about ICE, we're talking about something totally different here. A complete, united, national, federal law enforcement, one uniform, one set of rules that are all voted in, all set of laws by these 50 state governors. That is going to be a nightmare and a half. You won't be able to protest without getting permission. And it's better to meet within their guidelines. You won't be able to put anything on social media unless it meets their political guidelines. You'll probably get locked up. Don't get caught walking in the wrong area you're not supposed to without meeting permission. Can't make this stuff up. Our two-way rights will no longer exist. Our free speech will no longer exist unless we get permission. There won't be no permission of the Second Amendment. And they won't need a warrant to go through your home or your papers, as the Fourth Amendment allows us. Tells us you need a warrant. Warrantless searches. Warrantless seizures. And every decision that the court gets a case of will go to the political party. And they will make the decision to the courts what should be done with that individual or individuals. No one will be allowed to own a firearm or any type of weapon whatsoever. Who will fund it? Well, it would come from us. This is dangerous. Imagine half your military now is involved in law enforcement practices. They're still military, but they're law enforcement. A lot of you sheriffs, a lot of you local police officers and troopers or whatever, you might want to start thinking about what they're doing here, what they're doing to you, and what they're doing to us. They're using lies and manipulation. It won't be better, it'll be far worse. I'll leave you with this. Think careful when you vote in November. Think extremely careful when you vote in 2028. Till then, keep your friends and family close, and we'll catch you around. So take care.